Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing my April wrap-up. It is officially May. It's gonna be May, except for it is officially May. Today we're gonna be talking about all the books that I read in April. We have a total of 6 books this month, and that's actually quite a bit for me. I'm kind of proud, just because last month I did not read that much. But this month I got 6. I got 6 whole books, kind of. Let's just get into it. So the first book that I have to talk about that I read actually was a part of March's wrap-up also, and that's because it was split between the months, and that is The Boy Most Likely To by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I finished this book technically in April, but I started in March, so I only read probably about half of it actually in April. I really do like Huntley Fitzpatrick's books, so I would recommend it, but if you are going to read this book, then read My Life Next Door first, and then, I don't know why I keep looking over here, and then read this one because that's like the order they go in. Oh, also I apologize, I'm probably looking over here because it's really loud. It's raining outside, and so it's windy and it's rainy and it's loud. I apologize. So recently I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to get rid of all the books on my TBR shelf. This is said TBR shelf. I put all my books onto the shelf that I have not read, and this is all of them. So I'm trying to like get rid of some of them because they've been on there for too long. So I've been trying to like knock out the ones I've had for a while. So the next book I actually haven't had on the TBR pile for like a really long time, but I had it on for longer than I would like, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. The only reason why I was so shocked it was on there was because it's a John Green book, and I like John Green books, so I thought I was gonna read it like the second it came out, but I guess I didn't. For this book, I actually was kind of disappointed in it just because I had expected it to be this grand adventure sort of thing, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be, and I was disappointed in it and kind of sad. If you don't know what this book is about, basically there's this billionaire and he goes missing, and there's a $100,000 reward out for anyone who has information as to where he is hiding, basically. And so the main character, Aza, and her best friend Daisy decide they are going to find him and get that $100,000 reward, and they start off by talking to the billionaire's son. And I mean, I wanted it to be like this super cool mystery, but it wasn't. I would have liked it if it wasn't advertised as something else, if that makes sense. Like, the story was fine, but I had wanted it to be something else, so I was disappointed. But if they just said straight up like, oh, it's gonna be like this, I probably would have liked it way more. Also, can we talk really quick about this inside of the jacket? Why does it look so unprofessional? It looks like I made it. Like, what is with the space up and down at the top and the bottom? And like, shouldn't they have made the font bigger or like put a picture here or something? Why is it? Why? So continuing on with the theme of getting books off my TBR that I've had forever, I read It's a Wonderful Death by Sarah J. Schmidt. I've had this book on my TBR since 2015, which is when it came out, and I just haven't read it since, but now I have read it. Oh my gosh. This book was very mediocre. Not like super mediocre, but like pretty mediocre. Basically this book is about this girl named RJ, and a Grim Reaper accidentally takes her soul instead of the actual soul that he is meant to take, basically. And so she is sent up into the afterlife, her soul, and she basically has to prove to like the angel court or whatever you want to call it. She has to basically prove and tell them why her life is worth living and why she deserves to get a second chance, because they don't want to fix their mistake. They just want to keep her where she is. They don't want to send her back. And so she has to prove to them, hey, my life deserves a second shot because I wasn't supposed to die and you took my life from me. The book wasn't as good as I expected it to be. It was pretty good. Very interesting take on the afterlife. I really did appreciate that. So if you would like to read it for that, it was pretty cool. Not what you would expect. I'm sorry, my cat is being loud, but other than that, the plot isn't super great, but I did very much so like the aspects of the afterlife. So after I finished that book, I picked up White Cat by Holly Black, and this book I actually did not finish. I got 100 pages in because I promised myself if I wasn't interested in it by the time I hit 100 pages, I would stop. So I hit 100 and I was over it. I just couldn't do it anymore, and that's because I spoiled this book for myself, and so the whole time there was no like mystery element or anything to it. Like, I knew what was gonna happen and I just wasn't interested. I was bored, and so I did not finish it, which is sad, but I'm probably never gonna read this book. So after I put that book down, I decided that the next book I should pick up is another one that I've had for longer than I had hoped, and that would be me almost throwing up. The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodkin. If you've read the Mara Dyer books, you know who Noah Shaw is. This book takes place after the Mara Dyer trilogy, and I just realized, what is this? It's on the back of my book. Anyway, Noah Shaw is a main character in the Mara Dyer trilogy, and so it's the 3 Mara Dyer books, and then it's this book. And it takes place from his point of view, and it's about him and Mara and friends. I would love to say that this book was very good, like her other books, but unfortunately, I'm an idiot and I cannot remember any of the previous characters or events or anything that happened in the first 3 books, so the whole entire time I was super confused, but I somehow managed to finish it, and I somehow also managed to enjoy it. Like, I was super confused, but I really just like Noah as a character, so I was like okay with it. Like, I just liked his thoughts. Even though I don't really know what was happening, I still liked how he processed thoughts, and like, I liked it. So if you're gonna read this book, read the first 3 leading up to it, or else you're gonna be really confused. Okay, and the last book that I have to talk to you about is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I actually finished this book last night, so technically I went a day or 2 into May, okay, but don't sue me. It's still gonna be in this wrap-up because I read most of it in March. April. My friend told me that most people actually don't like this book, but I loved this book. This book was really good. I'm planning on doing a book talk for it. Hopefully, probably, please. So basically, it is about this girl. Her name is Etta Spencer. So basically, she's at this violin event thing. It sounded like I said violent. No, violin. Like she's playing a violin. At this event thingy, and this girl basically comes and like kidnaps her, kind of, and shoves her through this like portal thingy, and she ends up on a ship in like the 17 or 1800s. She's very confused, and so basically it is brought to her attention, and she learns, and it is discovered that she is part of this family of travelers. Travelers are people who can just travel through time and space, and they can go where they want, when they want, for the most part, through these things called portals, and she just didn't know, and it's really good. So, if I had to summarize this book into one sentence, it would be a scavenger hunt through time and space. Very interesting if you're interested in certain time periods and certain areas of like the world, like different countries and stuff. Personally, I very much so like that. You could tell there was a lot of research gone into it. I liked it a lot, but I don't know why I'm acting like this is a book review right now. It's not. And I really want to read the next one because she was good. So, would recommend. Okay, so here are all the, here are all the books that I read this month, last month, this month, whatever month. I'm so proud of myself, honestly, because like, with my job and everything, it's kind of hard to read just because I'm tired all the time, or I'm busy, or I'm whatever, and so the fact that I read this many books in a month is not obviously like so impressive, but like it's pretty impressive. I'm hoping to read more next month. I'm really hoping. I'm gonna try my best, or at least match this. Hopefully. We'll see. I'll be happy as long as I read at least a little bit. I'm just trying to make a dent into the shelf. If I can clear out a whole shelf of something, of like all my TBR books, I'm gonna be so happy. There's already some space on the shelf, you can't see it, where I've like picked out books. Like I'm pretty sure there was a book here. Passenger I think was up here. So it just really depends. I'm trying to just make space on my shelf, honestly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you read any of these books, leave a comment down below and like tell me, and we can like talk about them if you want. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time with another video. Bye!